Everyone, just a quick PSA before this video starts. I actually have a new portfolio website up that shows information about me and about what I'm doing and how you can commission me. It's AaronBlackEdits.com, and here's the site right here. You'll be greeted with a wonderful GIF in the background, and at the top right you will see that there are two navigation options, Hire Me and Portfolio. If you click Hire Me, it'll actually scroll your page down, and what this is just a detail page on how to contact me, what I do, logo graphic design, animation and video editing, my Discord, and a big button called Portfolio. This button does the exact same thing as the button on the top right corner, but if you click on the Portfolio button, this will take you to my portfolio page that shows you a list of projects that I've actually worked on. So if I click on one of these, like NewTubers, it'll tell you the name of what it is, what I did with it, and sometimes there will be a link to the customer or the person that commissioned me to do this. If I scroll down, you can actually leave a comment, and you can actually tell me what you think of the logo or video that I've created. So yeah, it would mean a lot to me if you guys would actually spread this page around, let people know, show them my portfolio, because now I'm actually really looking for work. I need to be able to afford this website. It's $8 a month for me, so I'm hoping that this website will attract more attention and bring in more commissions and customers for video editing and graphic design. So yeah, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hi, my name is Aaron Black Edits. I'm here to answer all your questions about video editing. If you're wondering who I am a freelance video editor and graphic designer. I make motion graphics and stuff like that and video edit for a lot of YouTube channels. I have a portfolio that I will link in the description. It is AaronBlackEdits.com. I will link it in the description. I just recently made the website. It took me a few days. So yeah, I would appreciate it if you would share that around. Alright, moving on to the first question. What is the best software for stripping up music from a video and leaving the normal audio intact? Thanks. Well, what I would use is Audacity or Adobe Audition. Both are almost the exact same. And on Audacity, there's an effect called vocal removal and isolation. What that does, it detects the voice that is inside audio, and you can cut out most of the background music. But if the background music is too loud, it's still going to have some distortion in there, and you can't remove everything. But if you're just looking for the program to do that, Audacity and Adobe Audition are the ones that I recommend. Alright, the second question is by Kinda You. Do you guys know how to make the zooming and warping effect transition? I'm using a video pad editor. I'm talking about the transition that makes your next clip look like it's going into hyperdrive from Star Wars. Yes, there's actually an easy way to get all these transitions, and doing it manually, you'd have to get chromatic aberration, you would have to distort with bulge and stuff like that, but there's actually an easy way. It's called Mr. Horse Transitions Pack, and what it is a After Effects plugin that allows you to have all these transitions, like the one you were talking about. So I really recommend it. I recommend checking it out. Link will be in the description, and if enough people in the comments want me to actually do a manual tutorial on how to do this without the whole transitions pack, I will gladly do that. Hopping on to the next question by Lord Ballyhoo. I do 15-minute gameplay videos and I enjoy making them, but I want to spice up my editing so that all the works are not just the end but at the beginning of the video. Do you have any recommendations? Well, if you're doing comedy gameplay and you're looking for inspiration and stuff like that, there's many YouTubers out there that are really funny. They're gaming channels. One of them that I personally watch sometimes is called Fitz, F-I-T-Z. They really know how to get a really good laugh out of you. Basically, the concept for making your videos funnier, I guess, and better is pretty much timing. The cuts and the visuals should be the right timing. The punchline should be the right timing. One of the things that Fitz does and Markiplier does in their compilation videos is adding funny captions, and you can animate those captions, which does add a little bit of comedic effect. But remember, don't exactly copy someone's editing style. Editing is always something that you want to try and figure out yourself, but if you're looking for ideas, try to explore current successful YouTubers and see how they spice up their videos, and then try to turn that something into your own style. Experiment. This next question is by Rip Stickerpo. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce that. Imagine where you're in a situation where you've been given only still images and you have to make a not boring video out of it. How do you pull it off? Well, my friend, keyframes are your best friend. I've done this plenty of times. There's been clients. I work with Crime War Gaming, and sometimes a lot of the footage is just still images that I have to work with. It's really all in the transitions, all in the motion, all in what you can do, like what are you capable of. Because if you can create your own graphics as well, using After Effects or whatever you use to make the video more interesting, that also helps. With transitions, try to be creative with your movements. So move one image off the screen and throw another one on, like you're throwing a paper away or something like that. Maybe match the movement with your words. It's all in the presentation, so try your best to mess with the rotation scale, position, keyframes, stuff like that, blah blah blah. If you can master that, you can make it good. This next question is by Sleeping Phoenix 95. My channel is based on a video game analysis, which means that a lot of my video editing time is taken up by finding the appropriate footage for the point I'm making. I usually cut from clip to clip. It's fine, but I would want to do something just a little extra, maybe adding different transitions or something to make it more visually stimulating, as I realize my voice carries a lot of my work. Any suggestions? Thanks for answering the questions, by the way. Also, I'm using Premiere Pro for reference. You're welcome. I love answering questions. And hey, use Premiere Pro. That's pretty good. That's what I use. So that'll make things easier. If you're looking for inspiration, I recommend Game Theory. They have a very unique editing style. I really like that. But visuals are definitely a huge factor in your videos, as well as commentary. So if you can link the two together, like time certain movements or effects with your voice, like I said before, then video quality will increase by a lot, and it'll really help your video. If you're specifically looking for transitions, then I'm really happy you mentioned Premiere Pro, because Premiere Pro actually has built-in transitions you can use in some creative ways. To find these transitions, you have to open up the effects panel. Then in the effects panel, there should be a folder called transitions. Then you have to pick your transitions. In this example, I use the push transition. You could customize which way it pushes in the effects control panel and apply it to separate pieces of footage that are beside each other. So I'll show a example here on screen of what that looks like. So yeah, I hope that helps you. If you want to make your own custom transitions, After Effects is really good with doing that. Alright, the next question is by Jebediah Lab. What editing software do you feel is the best and why? Well, if you're actually on a budget, I would say Sony Vegas is actually really good editing software. Because that's what I used to use before I switched to Premiere Pro and After Effects a couple years back. And I really wouldn't be here today without Vegas, but I wouldn't be able to do what I do now without Premiere Pro and After Effects. So if money is not an issue, I recommend Premiere Pro and After Effects, because those are my two main softwares that I use for pretty much everything. Even this video you're watching, it was made in Premiere Pro and After Effects for some parts. But the workflow is like this. Premiere Pro is used to edit the whole video, like cut it up, assemble it and stuff like that. Then After Effects is used to add the small effects, I guess. Some of the things that I can't do in Premiere Pro, I'll just cut out a portion, put that portion in After Effects, then take the portion that's done in After Effects and put it back in Premiere Pro, just to give the video life and detail. Last, if you're having trouble with Premiere Pro and After Effects and how to learn them, learn Premiere Pro first, since it's very similar to Sony Vegas and most editing softwares out there. And then move on to After Effects, because After Effects is more complex and can be really concentrated with the stuff that you could do, but it could take a longer time on editing videos if you don't know how to use Premiere Pro. This last question is by Reverse Turing Test. This one's a bit more abstract, but I don't have a lot of people I can film and edit, so I usually end up filming other subjects such as nature, trying to use framing and editing to make the shots compelling. Do you ever find yourself having to make something boring, or at least not particularly invigorating, interesting with editing alone? And if so, is there any tricks you have? Well, this question actually got me thinking. Yes, I've had videos in the past that I've edited that honestly the subject in the footage provided with was extremely boring, and the subject was extremely far from things like filming nature, but the visuals in the video that I edited were a huge factor in what made the video actually interesting, the presentation. Since the editing itself and the visualization is mostly different from project to project, the best tricks I can give you are going to be vague, but just really work on editing the visuals. If there's no commentary in the background, try to edit the visuals to match some background music, mix it up, making it interesting. On the video I did, for example, I decided that I could use my motion graphic skills to create visuals representing what the commentator was saying. I tried to make the whole video flow and keep people engaged by the visuals alone, even though the subject that the person was talking about wasn't very interesting, and it really worked out. For inspiration on editing or keeping people engaged on boring subjects, I try to look at other channels such as Game Theory that take boring and educational subjects and present them in a way that gets people engaged. Although the wording of the commentary of those videos also matters a lot. So yeah, the presentation matters a lot. Try to make it look engaging. And after you're done editing a portion, watch and rewatch it and ask yourself, would I watch this? Is this keeping me engaged? Alright, I guess that'll do it for today's video. If you have any more questions, just comment down below or post them on the NewTubers Reddit. Somebody out there will help you. Or maybe try and look out for some of the posts I make, and you can ask your questions there, and I will actually answer them in the Reddit and then answer them in the video, hopefully in more detail in the video if I can. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.